Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I am your host Faisal Raza Khan and you are watching Foresight. Viewers, two countries and one nation. Yes, this is pure affection, high level of confidence, enough trust and strong faith among each other. That's why Pakistan and Turkiye always considered as one nation. Due to this mutual trust, we are underpinned with a robust defense relations. From Shaheed PNS Ghazi to T-37 trainer aircraft for Pakistan Air Force, from MILGEM corvettes for Pakistan Navy to 5th generation fighter jet aircraft, and from armed drones to space collaboration. Pakistan and Turkey are cooperating in every sphere of defense arena and related technologies. Viewers, as you all know that Pakistan and Turkey are two important players in their regions and also at the global arena. Defense collaboration and joint defense production projects are very vital for both countries' security and stability. That's why both countries are collaborating with each other to discuss all these important aspects of Pakistan-Turkey defense cooperation. We have in our studios Dr. Zia Shamsi, he is the senior analyst. Most welcome to you, sir. Mr. Suhail Sajid, he is the country head of Turkiye Aerospace Industries in Pakistan, so most welcome to you, sir, as well. And Rear Admiral Muazzam Ilyas. So first of all, it is important to discuss related to Pakistan-Turkey defense cooperation, Dr. Zia, that how it is very unique among each other and what is the vitality of this security aspect for both the countries.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Faisal. Very important discussion. As you already said in your intro, that these are two countries, one nation. So when the nations react or act within themselves, then the outcome is also celebrated. So if Pakistan and Turkey are collaborating on any aspect, that means its outcome will be mutually beneficial, and that is what the outcome is, alhamdulillah. Over the past 75 years that we have the relationship with each other, I think Pakistan and Turkey relationship has come a long way, and it continues to get strengthened with every passing day, every passing event and every passing incident. Because if you want to evaluate this relationship on certain elements, these may be on historical basis, these may be the political cooperation, these may be economic cooperation, these may be cultural cooperation, and this may even be the defense cooperation that we are discussing. So once the baseline is settled that yes, there are these two countries who have deep relations and deep cooperation in every walk of life, ideology, history. Turkish stand on Palestine and Kashmir, and Pakistan's stand on Cyprus. So we have n number of avenues where we have excellent and amazing chemistry.
It means we are shoulder to shoulder in every aspect of life and at the international politics, whether it's joint collaboration, whether it's defense production and all that. Suhail, how do you see what Pakistan and Turkey can collaborate with each other, and over the years, what about the defense production, technological cooperation and overall cutting edge technologies? How do you see that?
Thank you, Raza Bhai. As Mr. Shamsi has mentioned, rightly mentioned, with a little bit background of history. When I explain something about Turkish aerospace industries, I think it will bring everything on the table how we are collaborating, because this is one of the rare examples that we are right now in Pakistan. We have almost 50 years of legacy as a defense production organization. Almost 25 years has passed this glorious history that we are collaborating with Pakistan with many aspects. The recent commendable job as a collaboration was the midlife upgrade of our F-16 performed by Turkish Aerospace. Probably we are the only defense production organization from any country in the world which has not only incorporated themselves in Pakistan as a local company, we have established a state-of-the-art design center. We are based at National University of Science and Technology. The reason why being at university is that we are having several programs, even with NUST University, we have some joint R&D programs with them. Apart from that, with our esteemed institution, the forces, and their allied institutions, we are collaborating with all of them. And this collaboration is not something that we intend to sell something to Pakistan as a product or as a platform. It all involves, as you mentioned, the cutting edge technology that we are trying to develop together, we are trying to transfer together. So some of the examples maybe we can discuss later and we can continue.
Yeah, definitely. Why not? It's your point well taken. Vice Admiral Mozum Ilyas, how when we are going through Pakistan-Turkiye collaboration, how do you see the late 60s and 70s when Turkiye provided Pakistan Navy a benchmark retrofitting facility for its Tanch-class PNS Ghazi, the submarine?
Thank you very much, Faisal Saab. It is a pleasure to be in this program with you and discussing a topic which is very close to our heart. We started off with saying that we are two countries but one nation, and indeed this is very well evident in the military-to-military relations as well. Our military-to-military relations have been have a very strong history. Talking about the historical context, I must mention that Pakistan and Turkey have been in a lot of security arrangements which were erstwhile in the Cold War era, starting from 1955. We were together in the same forum, in the same security arrangements. Baghdad Pact was one, CETO and CENTO were the other two. And then RCD, where Pakistan, Iran, and Turkey were together. We also had defense collaboration amongst each other. There is no doubt about it that Turkey holds us very close to their heart, as well as Pakistan looks forward to and has always maintained very cordial, very friendly bilateral relations with Turkey. As far as defense cooperation is concerned, I think it has continuously seen a continuous rise, a gradual rise amongst the exchanges which are between the two armed forces. In particular, I'll talk about Navy, where we have had exchanges of the ships calling on each other ports, the submarines.
Rear Admiral Mozum Ilyas, actually, we have my question was related to the legacy of PNS Ghazi when it was required some sort of retrofitting and having advanced equipment on that. Turkey helped in the history. So when we go together in the submarine force, particularly just recently we have a midlife upgradation of the Agosta 90B submarines of Pakistan Navy in Turkey. So how do you see that aspect?
Well, I think Turkey provides us that state-of-the-art technology, which they have been getting from the West. We in the technological improvements of systems improvement of PNS Ghazi back in the 60s. I think that was a great help and assistance provided by the Turkey Defense Forces, wherein they provided some very resilient and very important systems replacement, and the submarine was up and running for undertaking the action with the Indian fleet. That said, The latest collaboration between in the submarine field is that, as you did mention, the midlife up-gradation of Agosta 90Bs, and I think that is one very important cooperation between the naval collaboration between Pakistan and Turkish defense forces and their defense industry, where they are providing again a replacement of the obsolete systems which were taken in at the time of Agosta 90B induction. They were the French systems, but now they have been provided and they will be upgraded by the Turkish Turkish systems of Havelsan and Aselsan. But I see that as a big support in times of need for Pakistan, where even when we have money available, even when we have the resolve available, there are Western countries which do not offer their systems to Pakistan, whereas Turkey, because of that cultural and historical linkages, has always been there to help Pakistan and upgrade our systems, provide new platforms like MILGEM, like the fleet tanker that we have, like many other retrofitting that we have undertaken on.
You have just mentioned about the replenishment fleet tanker of Pakistan Navy, which was constructed in Pakistan in Karachi shipyard and engineering works. So how do you see the large tonnage ships to be built in Pakistan in collaboration with Turkiye, and how you grade this Bayraktar MILGEM corvette for Pakistan's seaward defense, how much it is important?
Well, I think this is a very important project that we have undertaken with the Turkish industry, Turkish defense forces. If I talk about the fleet tanker itself, in fact, I was very lucky to be involved in the project of that ship as a naval officer when I was in service, and I realized that out of the available options that we had from the world over, Turkish model and Turkish proposal for the shipbuilding was the best one, and I can say it on record that they have gone beyond their limits to help us construct that ship within Pakistan, transfer that capability of shipbuilding to a lot larger extent to Karachi shipyard and engineering works. We already had a lot of capability of shipbuilding, but Turkey provided us that cutting edge technology to improve and reach new heights in shipbuilding. Babar-class and Jinnah-class frigates, these are two very important projects that we are undertaking in collaboration with Turkey, and Pakistan's naval capability with the induction of these two ships will be much more stronger, strengthened, and it will give us that interoperability with the Turkish Navy as well, to be able to operate together against those maritime threats that prevail in the Indian Ocean, as well as close to the Turkish seas, which is the Mediterranean. So I see that this cooperation will give us that state-of-the-art Western technology, which we otherwise are unable to get. Countries which are reluctant to release.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vice Admiral retired Mozum Ilyas. Thank you very much for your time and candid views. Vice Admiral retired Mozum Ilyas was with us, and now we are moving towards our guest here. Dr. Shamsi, when we are talking about the collaboration between two air forces and also the collaboration on the 5th generation fighter jet, how do you see that where Pakistan and Turkey stands right now?
Yeah, I think Turkish 5th generation fighter jet, which will be using stealth technology also, is a very, very advanced stage, and perhaps by end of the year they are going to do the flight test as well, and they have offered Pakistan Air Force to join in. and PF has the requisite experience of manufacturing and developing JF-17 Thunder with the Chinese. So, basically, as the honorable guest said, that Turkish companies do not come to Pakistan to sell their goods, sell their items.
Like other countries.
Yes, they come to collaborate with us. Okay? Why? Because of the deep sense of relationship that the two countries have.
They always intend to enhance our capabilities and capacity.
As I said, that the chemistry that these two nations have, there is no other country with which Pakistanis people to people have this kind of chemistry.
So, Suhail, if you just elaborate this fifth generation fighter jet, because you are very close to this project and you are dealing with all these things. So, how do you see that how much we are now entered into this project and how it is going to benefit Pakistan?
You know, as Dr. Shamsi just mentioned, that we are collaborating already, and this end of the year, 27th of December, is the first flight of this fighter jet. We all know, Mr. Raza, you have been discussing these things now more than 20 years as an expert. So this is a completely indigenously developed fifth generation fighter, and it's for us it's also pride. Pakistan, when we see a little bit history of 35-40 years, as Dr. Shamsi has mentioned, even for us, the esteemed institutions like Pakistan Aeronautical Complex, Kamra, recently our new developments like National Aerospace and Science and Technology Park, and similar institutions like NESCOM, when we see the economic, social, political conditions that this country has been going through, these are miracles, I would say. And then within Islamic world, there are few countries which are into this as an industry.
Yes.
And then we are just 2-3 countries which are collaborating to this level, Pakistan and Turkey especially. So this now aircraft is heading towards its, practically towards its future with this first flight, which so far whatever test they have conducted, it has been going, alhamdulillah, very well. And we as Pakistan Air Force, we are collaborating with them. You know, we are into this industry maybe a bit earlier than Turkey. So both sides are getting benefited from each other to develop this platform.
So you have mentioned in your last response related to the F-16 upgradation. So it was very vital for Pakistan because it's the lead fighter in Pakistan. So overall armory. So how do you see that that upgradation has given benefits to Pakistan Air Force related to F-16?
You know, the simple and foremost benefit is always the structural life upgrade or operational life upgrade. F-16s, we are always dependent on this aircraft. So, and the sanctions that we have been going through, different challenges that we have been going through. So it was something big breakthrough that we were able to somehow upgrade these platforms with the help of Turkey. Right now, we are planning for a lifetime upgrade for these platforms, and of course, with this upgradation, it will somehow provide more strength and more powerful defense to this country.
Definitely, your point well taken. Dr. Shamsi, when we are talking about technology, so Pakistan and Turkey both are collaborating not only in the different huge projects, but also like cruise missiles, like Anka drones and all other technologies. So how do you see that aspect of defense collaboration and defense production?
Yeah, this is very important because some of the emerging technologies do not require a very large scale infrastructure. The most important thing that you need to absorb the technology is, number one, is your vision.
That is very important.
That is very important. That is to go into defense production, which is
that is in reality the backbone of any project.
Absolutely. Then you need to be determined that you want to do it.
Obviously.
Okay. And then I've done some research on this. Then you are looking for a knowledge through research. Okay. And then you need to have talent, which we have in abundance. All right. And obviously, then you need funds, you need some infrastructure, and you need some material. But all of this has to be led by a strong political will. In this particular case, your Chief of Air Staff is providing that political will.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay?
That is very
and
important.
he is the driving force behind what Sohail Saab mentioned, NESTAP.
Yes.
National Aerospace Science and Technology Park.
Yes.
NESTAP is going to be a game changer for Pakistan's defense production, as has been PSC Kamra, as has been Air Weapon Complex, as has been Pakistan Precision Engineering Complex in the south, as has been POF Ordnance Factories.
All defense production
all defense
and companies are the part of that.
This one is
Yes.
going to change everything. And who is the most collaborative nation here? Turkey.
Definitely.
Turkish number of companies are there in NESTAP, and NESTAP has developed certain clusters. R&D cluster is on one side, cyber cluster, IT cluster, design, R&D, everything under one roof.
So from Dr. Shamsi's response, how do you see that National Aerospace Science and Technology Park, along with the Technology Park in Nust University, and the third one, inductions of the armed drones, which we call Unmanned Combat Aerial Vehicles, within Pakistan Air Force, related to like Akıncı, TB2, TB3. So how do you see that, how the war theatre is going to change, and what are going to be the benefits for Pakistan on that front?
Raza, as Dr. Shamsi mentioned, rightly mentioned, you know, we are facing different challenges with our economy, especially.
Obviously,
whenever
yes,
you are into this very high-tech industry, it requires a lot of money. But what we have already, as an abundance and, you know, with the grace of Allah Almighty, is the human resource.
Yes.
Occasionally I am visiting these institutions, and believe me, as a layman approach, you know all these things maybe much more than me. Our simple technician of PSC
Kamra. My
Kamra,
credentials actually, but thank you very much for that.
our simple technician of Kamra is sometime beating a chief engineer of this industry from European countries, because the challenges that he faces with the very limited resource, things that he learns, the skill set that he acquires, you know, with the very small resource available to him, you know, in a very typical localized
Pakistan
style of
has
learning.
Brilliant minds, really.
So this is number one. Our human resource is something. Then when you are collaborating through these kind of platforms, which Dr. Shamsi has mentioned, these NESTAPs, and you know our collaboration otherwise through Pakistan Aeronautical Complex and our allied institutions. Let's say we plan to develop something, a 5th generation or 6th generation UAV, let's say. And both countries try to do it, or they have a plan to do it independently. Now there is a journey of 5 years which is involved to make the first flight or to bring it to like a war-hardened platform, right? But when you join hands together, you pool resource, and if there is resource available to one country, financial resource, there is a human resource available to this country. So when you pool up these resources, your journey of 5 years you can complete in 2.5 years, or maybe less than that. So these kind of emerging platforms like NESTAPs, we are going to open our second office at NESTAP. We already acquired a place. It is under some renovation work right now. So as I mentioned, we are inshallah working side by side in a very deep extended cooperation of not only, you know, transferring the technology, bringing some platforms together, inshallah.
Definitely, it's very heartening to know that. Now we are fortunate that we are also joined by Dr. Wasim Ishaq. Dr. Wasim Ishaq, most welcome to Foresight. How when Pakistan and Turkiye are talking with each other, collaborating with each other, cooperating with each other, it's very important to know that both countries are collaborating in the helicopter construction technology as well, and Turkey is well ahead of that. So once we have the T129 helicopter collaboration, but unfortunate things happened, and then now whether we are going to acquire that helicopter from Turkey with Turkish engines.
Thank you, Faisal. This is a very important topic which we are discussing today. And let me also highlight a few strategic points that ever since Pakistan is heavily dependent on the United States military hardware, Pakistan has been suffering from concurrent sanctions from time to time from the United States. So therefore, other than China, Turkey is one such country through which Pakistan can rely upon without any sanctions, without any hesitations. And Turkey has always been forthcoming in helping out Pakistan even during the times of crisis. Whether it was the war of 1965 or 1971, or sanctions against Pakistan during 1998, or during war on terrorism. So always Turkey was one such country. It was forthcoming in helping Pakistan in all spheres. And especially during the power crisis, Turkey also came forward starting from 2013 onwards and helped Pakistan in overcoming the energy shortages. So with this background, other than our cultural ties, we have a very strong military to military and very strong defense ties with Turkey. We have all three services a very good coordination with Turkey, and which has enabled Pakistan to really move its fleet on despite having US sanctions. Turkey has also supported Pakistan in capacity building during the war on terrorism. Majority of the army's equipment, especially the radio equipment, rifles, logistic vehicles and the command vehicles have been coming from Turkey other than China and other countries. So Turkey is, from my perspective, is a major supplier of Pakistan's military hardware other than China nowadays. So regarding the helicopters which we just highlighted, we have a collaboration in aviation in terms of Air Force, in terms of Army, and also multi-dimensional from all three services. So therefore, I am very optimistic that all those projects which are already ongoing and the huge capacity which Pakistan has in terms of infrastructure on account of development of those military hardware through joint collaboration as it is happening now in terms of Air Force, in terms of Navy, and also partly in terms of Army. So with coming days, we are very optimistic that this collaboration will move on even further.
Definitely, we are very optimistic on that. And Dr. Wasim, Suhail wants to add into that, particularly at T-129 gunship helicopter. So,
thank you, Raza. You know, I am dealing this in some aspect, this issue. We are selling this helicopter. It is 100% developed by Turkiye minus engine. Engine comes from Honeywell. It's a collaboration between Italy and United States of America. Considering the sanctions, somehow we are selling this helicopter to different countries, which we already sold actually. But when there is a question that Pakistan is going to acquire this platform, there is always big no by the United States of America. At one side, America is pushing, always demanding Pakistan to do more to combat terrorism. Let's say we have problem in our western border. So this particular machine is considered to be one of the best machine on high altitude,
and one of the very imperative machine to counter terrorism, because Pakistan is fighting this war from the last 2 decades.
Rightly mentioned. Now, at one side you are pushing somehow a country which is always on the forefront to combat terrorism to do more. And on the other side, somehow you are resilient to just providing this NOC, because the actual provision was 30 helicopter, which means 60 engines. So not only that 60 engine, the money will go to US. But again, it's a politically driven issue. We try to, somehow involve some back channel lobbying in US, but unfortunately,
fact,
our neighbor country is also playing a role, in this. Somehow we are still in a status quo situation. But I would like to mention something. Because of this situation, we started developing a Attack 2 helicopter. This is T-129, that is T-929. This helicopter already has passed through several tests. The engine we are again developing indigenously. We have done some testing with the prototype of the engine. So this helicopter will be ready in, let's say, 1.5 years. It is a slightly bigger helicopter than Apache. So somehow we will have a solution for our brother country, Pakistan. We will get this helicopter.
Definitely, and that good news will be soon we have. So, Dr. Shamsi, when we are talking about collaboration between both the countries in terrorism domain, as Suhail rightly mentioned, that Pakistan needs a lot of collaboration from the international community, particularly the countries like China and Turkey. So how do you see that collaboration, because Pakistan fighting a very hard war against terrorism?
Yeah, I think Suhail Saab has just answered you, that a certain equipment that we need to fight terrorism is somehow not available, or it is denied to Pakistan. But Turkey, realizing that it is needed by Pakistan, is developing an alternate all by itself, isn't it? Definitely. I mean, this is the chemistry that I have been talking about, that the two nations have between them. Why? Turkey has the experience, Turkey has the technology, Turkey has the infrastructure. Pakistan has the talent, Pakistan has the will, and Pakistan needs it. So when these 2-3 things join together and we come onto a common interest, which is not for any means, but it is creating a way towards the side which is for common interest of both. Turkey is also fighting terrorism.
Definitely.
For a very long time.
Yes.
Pakistan is also fighting terrorism. So Turkey realizes that how much it takes to fight terrorism, and it is not easy. And that is why the Turkey's support for our defense equipment, for our political ideology, it is immensely important, especially in the evolving situation where non-state actors are becoming very powerful now, because the different stakeholders, as Suhail Sahab said, that the neighbors also playing their part, isn't it? The same is happening against Turkey also. There are so many countries who are supporting elements against Turkey. So we both need to support each other because the agenda is common.
Definitely, because Pakistan and Turkey both are in troubled regions, and
Absolutely.
both are fighting at the different fronts, particularly when we are talking about the counter-terrorism, and at the international political arena there are lots of challenges for both countries as
Absolutely.
well. So when we are talking about the cyberspace, the space collaboration, space research and all others, so how do you see, Suhail, that whether we are getting the first and the second step, or where we are right now?
Maybe it will be some new information, Mr. Raza. You know, our esteemed institution, again we are in space program much earlier than many countries which are
definitely,
now,
but we are lagging behind.
We are lagging behind. So we join hands together again. You know, we have up and running 2 different platforms in space, like satellites, Gokturk 1 and Gokturk 2, developed by Turkey. So we join our hands with Sparko now and we are collaborating in many fronts with space programs. We have already started joint R&D with Pakistan, of course some platform probably I won't be able to mention here. So earlier there have been no collaboration in space program between our brother countries, but now let me disclose it as a happy news for all of us and for our brothers and sisters in both countries, that Pakistan and Turkey have already started collaboration in space program.
And that's very good news. Okay, why not, please?
Because this is a very important point and Suhail Sahab has just pointed it out. Pakistan Air Force, alhamdulillah, is always ahead of time as far as technology and training is concerned.
No doubt about that.
PAF has recently established a cyber command, and it is developing its capacity, capability, not only to defend but to carry out counteroffensive.
Well elaborative. Dr. Waseem, when we are talking about military to military collaboration, we have seen over the years that joint exercises and even the joint training and all that, we are cooperating with each other, Pakistan and Turkey. How do you see the prospects of Turkish Altı tanks for Pakistan Army? Along with that, armored personal carriers, armored vehicles like mines and IED protected vehicles and all others, because these are the needs right now, Pakistan Army, because we are fighting a very fierce war against terrorism.
Faisal, Turkey is one such country. Let me highlight that Pakistan's all 3 levels of relationship, that is the political level, the government level, diplomatic level and military to military level, have all been par excellence since establishment of 1947, since the establishment of Pakistan. So from that perspective, Turkey has always helped and supported Pakistan in terms of capacity building of Pakistan's law enforcing agencies, and especially Pakistan Army ever since the start of war on terrorism. Despite the fact that Pakistan was frontline ally for the United States in war against terrorism, after some time, United States stopped all the military funding and capacity building of Pakistan armed forces, where Turkey still continued. So especially from the perspective of the Pakistan army troops which are fighting in former FATA and still fighting even in the mainland and Balochistan in war against terrorism, for that special type of equipment, special type of dressing, special type of fighting vehicles and logistic vehicles, and special type of ammunition all have been provided by Turkey. And also, Turkey has always been providing a lot for Pakistan Army in terms of the equipment, especially for the infantry, and also especially for the artillery. Though we are more dependent on China for the artillery ammunition, but Turkey has always helped us. From the especially war on terrorism perspective, because we need a special sophisticated sort of short-range shotgun and efficient weapon system, for all that we are reliant upon Turkey, and Turkey has always supported Pakistan. This cooperation will continue, and also other than providing the military hardware, we have a joint research and joint R&D also. And other than that, we are also having joint military exercises and exchange of students on both sides. And hopefully the exchange of faculty members was also being discussed at some stage that has not materialized as yet. So we have a huge prospects of military to military cooperation with Turkey. With every passage of time, it will further be strengthened, and both countries will benefit the good cooperation from each other's militaries as well as peoples of both countries.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wasim, for being with us online. Thank you very much for that. And we are also thankful to both of you, gentlemen. Dr. Zia Shamsi sir, thank you very much for being with us in studios. Thank you very much, Sohail, for being with us here in studios. Viewers, as you have listened to our panelists, it is important that Pakistan and Turkiye collaboration in the defense field is vital for both countries' security and the challenges which we are facing in our respective regions. It is important that both countries collaborate to much heights to each other, and they are collaborating right now. We have to enhance this collaboration, we have to enhance this cooperation between each other, and this going to lead both countries to be peaceful, stable, and prosperous, developed, so that they can collaborate in the world peace and stability as well. And this is what both countries are thinking right now. This is all in today's Foresight. It's time to sign off. Allah Hafiz wa Nasir.